The terror of Prince of Wales Island, Expedition Bigfoot's harrowing encounter with the unknown. For nearly a century, the dense forests of North America have concealed one of humanity's most enduring mysteries, the hulking, ape-like creature known as Bigfoot. While skeptics dismiss it as legend, a recent expedition to Alaska's remote Prince of Wales Island has revealed disturbing evidence that this creature not only exists, but may be far more dangerous than anyone imagined. The harrowing experiences of the Expedition Bigfoot team suggest we're not dealing with a mere animal, but with something far more calculating and territorial, a creature that actively defends its domain against human intrusion. The historical context: a pattern of violence. The modern search for Bigfoot stands on the shoulders of terrifying historical encounters. In the summer of 1924, a group of miners in Ape Canyon, Washington barely escaped with their lives after being besieged by massive, rock-hurling creatures that pounded on their cabin walls throughout the night. That same year, prospector Albert Osman recounted being snatched from his campsite near Toba Inlet, British Columbia by a hairy giant that carried him off in his sleeping bag and held him captive for days before he managed to escape. These weren't isolated incidents. Across decades and continents, from the Himalayas to the Pacific Northwest, similar reports emerge. Enormous, bipedal creatures displaying both animalistic power and unsettling intelligence. The common threads are impossible to ignore: territorial aggression, strategic thinking, and a disturbing tendency to observe humans before making contact. Modern expedition meets ancient terror. Nearly a century after those first documented encounters, the Expedition Bigfoot team arrived on Prince of Wales Island in southeast Alaska, a region steeped in both Tlingit tribal legends of the Kushtaka, a shape-shifting forest spirit, and numerous modern Bigfoot sightings. Equipped with state-of-the-art technology including thermal drones, night vision cameras, and advanced scent analysis equipment, the team hoped to finally document conclusive evidence of the creature's existence. What they found instead was evidence of something far more unsettling, a creature that didn't just evade detection, but seemed to actively counter their efforts. The investigation unfolds: signs of the unseen. From their first day on the island, the team noticed anomalies. Missing evidence. They would find clear signs of a massive predator, deep drag marks in the soil, scattered bones, and enormous footprints, but never a complete carcass or clear trail. It was as if something was systematically removing evidence of its presence. Electronic interference. Their equipment, which functioned perfectly in tests before and after the expedition, would inexplicably fail at critical moments. Cameras would power down, audio recorders would erase themselves, and drone signals would drop when they neared certain areas. The silence of the locals. Village residents, normally friendly to researchers, became tight-lipped and nervous when questioned about the woods. Their body language spoke volumes. These weren't people hiding a trivial secret, but individuals genuinely afraid of something in the forest. The first direct encounters. As the team pushed deeper into the island's interior, the situation escalated dramatically. Thermal cameras captured a massive, bipedal heat signature moving parallel to their camp at night, always maintaining exact distance before vanishing. Motion-activated cameras placed along game trails were found turned around or covered in mud the next morning. A putrid stench, described as a mix of rotting meat, wet dog, and something indescribable, would periodically overwhelm team members, often preceding periods of intense unease. The night everything changed. The expedition reached its terrifying climax during their third week on the island. Team members Russell and Mireya had separated to cover more ground, with Russell taking higher elevation while Mireya investigated a series of lakeside discoveries. What happened next would haunt them forever. Russell's account. I found these strips of flesh hanging from tree branches about 8 feet up. Not like animal remains you'd normally find. These were placed deliberately, spaced about 2 feet apart along a 50-yard stretch. The hair on them didn't match any local fauna. Then the smell hit me, that god-awful rotting stench, and my equipment went crazy. The thermal showed something huge moving toward me, then the screen just filled with static. Mireya's experience. The bone pile looked arranged. Skulls, some animal, some I couldn't identify, stacked in this rough circle near the water. That's when I heard the first scream. Not a bear, not a cougar, something that started like an animal but ended almost like a distorted human voice. The radio cut out right after Russell warned me something was coming. The calculated aggression. When the team regrouped at dawn, they made several chilling discoveries. All their physical evidence, the flesh strips, bone piles, cast footprints, had vanished without a trace. Deep, fresh footprints circled their entire campsite, coming within 10 feet of tents but never crossing that boundary. Several team members reported waking simultaneously at 3:17 a.m. with intense feelings of being watched. Most disturbingly, the rock attacks began that next evening. Not random stones falling from cliffs, but projectiles hurled with precision from the tree line. Local fishermen later confirmed this was a known phenomenon in certain areas of the island, always at dusk, always from unseen sources. The psychological toll. As days passed, the team began experiencing collective symptoms that defied explanation. Unexplained bouts of nausea and dizziness. Recurring nightmares among all members featuring the same shadowy figure. Watches and phones consistently losing or gaining time when left unattended. A growing, unshakable certainty that they were being herded away from certain areas. The decision to retreat. After 3 weeks, expedition leader Russell Accord made the difficult call to evacuate. This wasn't about proving Bigfoot's existence anymore, he stated in his official report. It was about survival. Whatever is out there didn't just notice us, it assessed us, tested our boundaries, and made its displeasure clear. We weren't equipped to deal with that level of intelligence. Scientific analysis and unanswered questions. Post-expedition analysis yielded puzzling results. Hair samples showed an unknown primate DNA sequence that couldn't be matched to any known species. Audio recordings contained infrasound frequencies known to cause disorientation and fear in humans. Soil samples from activity sites showed elevated levels of electromagnetic particles with no apparent natural source. Perhaps most chilling was the team's realization that their entire expedition may have been anticipated. Local legends speak of the Kushtaka's ability to pull people into its world. While the team avoided supernatural explanations, their experiences aligned eerily with these ancient warnings. The Expedition Bigfoot team went to Prince of Wales Island seeking to document a rare animal. What they found suggests something far more complex, a creature that displays advanced problem-solving skills, sophisticated understanding of human technology, complex territorial marking behaviors, possible use of infrasound as a defensive weapon, an uncanny ability to evade detection on its own terms. As cryptozoologist Dr. Jeff Meldrum noted after reviewing their findings, this isn't just an undiscovered primate. We're looking at a species that has evolved alongside humans while remaining almost entirely hidden. The implications are staggering. The team's final report contains this ominous conclusion: there are places in this world where we are not the apex species. Prince of Wales Island is one of them. Their experience stands as both a scientific revelation and a sobering warning. Some mysteries remain hidden for a reason, and some boundaries were never meant to be crossed. As development pushes deeper into wilderness areas across North America, one must wonder, how long before these creatures decide they've tolerated enough intrusion? And what happens when they stop warning us and start fighting back?